Profanity is guaranteed. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, Ali.
Spooky chat number 4.
Yes, we love spooky chat, don't we?
I really enjoy the spooky chats. I don't know, it just feels more natural.
And also, like, we were talking yesterday about the fact that we can be a bit more lighthearted because it doesn't ever feel appropriate when we're doing these horrific cases to have a laugh.
Yeah, and it's difficult because you're just constantly worried about who you're going to offend, even if it's not meant offensively.
No, and to be fair, we do put a blanket warning on all of our content, but you know.
Yeah, and like with everything that kind of we've gone through in our lives, plus the jobs that I've held, the way that you deal with things is gallows humour.
Yeah.
It's a coping mechanism, so it's just ingrained. It's who I am as a person now.
Exactly.
But other people don't see that sometimes.
No, but also I think it's more fun, like, doing spooky chats because we can literally talk about anything spooky and or terrifying, not necessarily related to cars. So, you know, that means that we can talk about all sorts. So has anything weird happened to you since we last recorded?
Not weird, but yesterday I had 3 wisdom teeth out in one go.
Did.
Turns out one was infected. Yeah. But it's funny because the one that I had done a few weeks ago, that was the one that gave me the most jip. But now, apparently that one was kind of worse than that one. So, which means I'm going to start my braces soon, finally.
Yay! Teeth gang. Anything else happened? Seen anything weird?
Do you know what? There was
Heard
something weird that
anything
happened, but I can't remember what it was now.
Well, I've been watching more paranormal reels on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I just hate it. I can't.
You hate it, but
I hate
I can't turn away.
But I want to watch it.
Like an accident rubbernecking.
Exactly. It is. It's like paranormal rubbernecking. And I just find them so scary. And I sent you one because I watched some more clips from Smug Puppy, who I've talked about before, and they always freak me out. And then I also watched a reel from Phantom Freak, which I sent to you, which shows a family in the UK fleeing their house after experiencing terrifying, unexplained paranormal activity. And they did actually manage to document some of this on their phone once they were outside, which is what
fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
Like, if you saw that, I would have shit myself. Really, quite literally.
Really scary. So from outside the house, it was like, you know, they've left the house, they've got the phone filming from the outside, and you can see shadow figures darting in front of the windows and on both floors. And I just think it's just creepy AF. And it's just bad vibes.
Yeah, massily.
And I found it really scary. So I did actually almost think you were going to go, nah, it's not real, or nah, it's not scary. But I was surprised you thought it was.
It's weird because I kind of put myself in those shoes. Don't get me wrong, it probably can be explained, like, or it could have been set up or something like that. But I found it quite fucking creepy.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out what was going on. And then all of a sudden you just got this...
And because I zoomed in and thought it could just be a person in the window, but it's not.
And the fact is, like, it kind of pops up from below the windowsill or something, and then all of a sudden it's in the top story of the house, or vice versa, something like that. And it's like, oh, unless it's very well choreographed.
Yeah, but I mean, well, that's the thing. So I was listening to one of the podcasts I listened to, Paranormal 60, and there was a whole episode on sort of paranormal on the internet and people faking things and never knowing actually, you don't know what's real now, or what, like, or you know, what someone has seen or what has been engineered. So it's quite difficult to say, well, is that real or not? Because then you think, well, it's probably just AI, you know?
Yeah. I think I was listening on one of my walks, I was listening to Morbid, and then they were talking about, there was a guy on TikTok that was really creepy and be carrying on with this. It basically seemed to insinuate he was kind of a serial killer-esque type thing, and then all of a sudden all the videos just disappeared. I need to remember what that was, because I think you'd find that interesting.
Because I've listened to most of Morbid, I'm like upset with Morbid, but I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, yeah, that's really weird. Yeah. There were also loads of reels when I was searching relating to a place called the Ram Inn, which is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in the UK. Mm. So it used to be a pub, it's no longer a pub, but you can go on ghost hunts there. And it's the oldest building in a place called Wotton-under-Edge in Gloucestershire. And it's at least 800 years old. So
where's Gloucestershire?
If you're looking at the map, there.
Where is there?
Down there. Like opposite side of the country to us.
Yeah.
And down.
Near Wales?
So on this side of Wales. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, near Bristol. Bristol.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Why did I think it was further up?
I don't know.
My sense of place is not great, to be fairly.
Yeah, near Bristol and Bath. They're not far from Cardiff. So yeah, and also we do need to do this, some ghost hunts in Cambridgeshire, Suffolk, Norfolk.
Yes, we do.
Because there's so many.
I just don't know when we're going to do that.
This is the problem, is trying to find time to... The thing is, if we're better at doing these podcasts and knocking the episodes out in one go, then that frees up weekends to do spooky stuff.
And we do need to do more spooky stuff.
Yeah, because then we can use it for,
Spooky chats.
Spooky chats and our Instagram, because, it's quite tough with Instagram having the time to... post stuff, but if we've actually got content of somewhere we've been, it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah.
Have
we got anywhere with Hinchinbrook House yet?
They haven't replied.
Oh, no.
So I contacted them from Cars on the Macabre. I will also contact them from my account and see. If not, I'll send an email, because there's no number, I don't think.
Yeah, because if there's like a press event thing, that'd be great, because then you'll be allowed to film for a press event.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
And you'd kind of think... It's like when we went to Scare City, because they know all the press are there and
they ham it up.
So I feel like we'd be getting a really good performance. Not that there aren't normally, but I just feel like it would be extra terrifying. Extra. Yes. Scare all about it. What did I just bash then? Sorry about that. Okay, so this spooky chat sort of ended up becoming kind of literature-centric.
So several of my favourite things right there.
Exactly.
Literature, spookiness.
And you probably have heard of this subject matter.
Okay.
But I didn't want to mention it beforehand in case you hadn't.
I'm on tenterhooks, come on.
Exactly, okay, sorry. So have you ever heard of a Penny Dreadful?
Yes.
Okay, so you know about this, thought you would. So I'm very late to the party on this, and I'd never heard of it. And it's sort of like pop culture related incarnations, but I am literally always late, so hey. So I've taken this straight from BBC website in their culture section. So for those who don't...
BBC have got a culture section.
They do. So I thought, for those who don't know what a Penny Dreadful is, like I didn't, then this explained it much better than if I did.
There is a series called Penny Dreadful as well.
Got that written down here as well.
I'll let you take it away.
I knew you'd know about it, but I just thought, just on the off chance she doesn't. So, so this is from BBC website in their culture section. The Penny Dreadful emerged in the 1830s, catering to an increasingly literate working class population and made possible by technological advances in printing and distribution. Its heyday came in the 1860s and 1870s when these booklets papered the nation's newsstands. At a penny apiece, they cost as little as a 1/12 of the price of an instalment of a Charles Dickens novel. And historians estimate that there were as many as 100 publishers in the business, paying authors by the line to crank out tales and titles such as Varney the Vampire, or The Feast of Blood and the Black Band, or The Mysteries of Midnight. Some writers juggled multiple works simultaneously, each one unfolding over the course of months or years, and packing in a, oh my God, how do I say that? Telenovela. Yeah? A telenovella's worth of kidnappings, poisonings, larceny, bigamy, revolution, and all manner of gruesome revelations.
Do you know what? Maybe that's something I should get into collecting.
Yes,
That would be phenomenal.
That would be amazing because, I mean, I should have looked to see if somebody had reproduced them in almost like so you could buy them again, or, you know, someone must have done.
Oh, I'm going to have to do like an antique search or something.
Yeah.
Now, because, that would be something that I would love to own.
Yeah.
It's like proper vintage Penny Dreadfuls.
That'd be incredible. Or, you know, even if you can't, even if they've been re-released and someone's republished them, that would be awesome. Creatively, the roots of the Penny Dreadful reached back to the Gothic novel and beyond. The Jacobean tragedies, macabre folklore and ballads. Authors also turned to the news for material and pillaged popular works, God's sake.
It's hot today.
It really is hot today. Of existing fiction. Does Oliver Twist sound familiar? As in twists, not twist.
Oh, no.
Some, such as the long-running series The Mysteries of London by G.W.M. Reynolds, which wound its way to its finale in almost 4.5 million words, drew on the lives of their readers, juxtaposing, I'm sticking with that, the dangers and privations of the slums with the dissolute shenanigans of the rich. Oh, that's a great sentence. The dissolute shenanigans of the rich. These stories were essentially escapist in nature, narratives of rebellious wrongdoing for the powerless masses.
It's almost like, okay, you're living in shit. Here's something worse.
Here's something a lot worse. Have that.
I don't know if that could have been worse for the working class back then, but yeah.
Exactly. No wonder Highwaymen proved such popular characters, especially Dick Turpin, whose exploits ran to 254 episodes in Black Bess or The Night of the Road. Sorry, there's quite a lot of this. But I just thought it was really interesting and I didn't want to miss anything out. Yeah. And they described it so well, so I'm just going to keep reading.
Okay.
According to George A. Sala, don't growl at me, Mama. That's Molly, not Ali. She wasn't growling at me.
Yeah, Helen calls me Mama. Oh, that's starting to sound a bit weird now.
Oh, dear. So according to George A. Sala, a successful journalist and sometime protege of Dickens, the Penny Dreadfuls offered access to a world of dormant peerages, of murderous baronets and ladies of titled addiction to the study of toxology, of gypsies and brigand chiefs, men with masks and women with daggers, of stolen children, withered hags, heartless gamesters, nefarious ruse, foreign princesses, Jesuit fathers, gravediggers, resurrection men, lunatics and ghosts. He should know he started out as a writer of such fictions himself. That's just so amazing. I love the idea. So this predates graphic novels then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's almost... Does it? I don't know the history. I don't know when graphic novels started, but I don't think they started this early.
No. That I can imagine that is a lot later because I can't imagine there was a huge amount of illustration in the Penny Dreadfuls, maybe.
Oh God, it would be so interesting to have a look at them because so what I will do, I did save some of the covers of them and they look really awesome, so I'll share them on our Instagram account.
Yes, please do. So it looks like the first graphic novel was published in 1783 in Bavaria.
Okay.
Oh.
Popular musical adaptation.
What did you just pull that face? Is that because of how I said Bavaria? Maybe. You're not quite sure yourself, are you? Bavaria. What's wrong with me?
I mean, what's wrong with both of us? So, unsurprisingly, the genre played fast and loose with conventions of plausibility, character development, and even continuity. In Gentle Jack, a footpad caper by the prolific James Malcolm Raymer, which ran for 4 years and described itself as a romance of interest, abounding in hairbreadth escapes of the most exciting character. One character was actually killed twice.
He's very unlucky then, isn't he?
I know, right? Penny Dreadfuls did, however, adhere to pretty strict technical specifications, each instalment totalling 8, sometimes 16 pages of cheap paper with a lurid illustration filling half of the front page, and less titles such as The Calendar of Horrors and The Maniac Father or The Victim of Seduction weren't already salacious enough. These illustrations provided vivid images of vampires, ghouls, and the aftermath of violent goings-on. They may have been in black and white, but blood was blood.
Ooh.
So fascinating. I just think this is... I really want us to do some more research on this.
Foreboding. Blood is blood.
Blood is blood, even if it's in black and white.
I've got a graphic novel about Jack the Ripper, actually.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I don't think I've actually read it yet.
Well,
I don't know where I got it from.
There's one above Goobs in our little room, and I got that in Hay on Wye, and that's called It's Midnight, the Witching Hour. So that's like a horror graphic novel. I bought a couple. They were so cheap. I don't think they were even £2 each, and they're awesome. The illustration is really cool. Love that. So the most popular works could shift 30,000 copies a week, but they weren't popular in all quarters, especially when they started to target younger readers. While initially read by men and women of all ages, Penny Dreadfuls later began to be aimed specifically at children. This made commercial sense. Already in the 1820s, nearly half of the UK's population was under 20.
I tell you what, fucking scare the kids into behaving.
Well, maybe. But it also fanned the flames of moral panic. Commentator Francis Hitchman wasn't alone when he declared that Penny Dreadfuls were the literature of rascaldom, responsible for peopling Britain's prisons and penal colonies.
I think that we need to adopt that word back into everyday use.
So good. The literature of rascaldom.
But as well, don't forget, sort of in the 1800s and stuff, that's when, people were really into kind of spirituality and stuff like that. So there's going to be, people are going to be weirded out by stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got all your seances going on, and
that's the thing. It's so interesting because then it does come in waves of popularity.
Yeah.
We are going through sort of a wave at the moment of popularity of spiritualism, and yes, it was then, and then it was also kind of just after the Victorian era, or started in the Victorian era,
the 1800s,
but went into it. It was still going on in the 20s.
Oh yeah.
So it's incredible. By the 1870s, the police had begun raiding the offices of publishers of Penny Dreadfuls, like the Wild Boys of London, which newsagents and booksellers were soon prosecuted for stocking under the Obscene Publications Act.
I didn't know that was the thing.
The press, lawyers and clergymen strove to link such literature with juvenile crime and degeneracy, blaming it for violence, robberies and suicides.
Oh, so basically like when people try to blame things on music and video games
And
these
films.
days.
Yeah.
And films, yeah.
So it's been going on for a long, long time. So according to moralists, young errand boys, sailors and textile workers all were susceptible to stories that left them dissatisfied with their own small lives, making them yearn for wealth and adventure beyond their station.
So specifically those people.
And glamorising the criminal life. Sailors, textile workers and young errand boys. That seems to be like, okay,
Maybe the young errand boy is
specific.
more of like the miniature street gangs that you've got going
Maybe.
on. Maybe.
And also, I'm sure girls were reading this as well.
Oh God, of course they were.
Yeah. As journalist James Greenwood put in 1874, they were nothing less than penny packets of poison.
I love me some alliteration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The great unwashed had been taught how to read, the argument went.
The great unwashed?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But not
brutal.
what to read. Eventually, the debate evolved to question the extent to which literature can shape character when 13-year-old Robert Coombs, the subject of Kate Summerscale's new book, The Wicked Boy, was arrested for murdering his mother in London in 1895. The prosecution naturally sought to scapegoat Penny Dreadfuls.
I'm sorry, you already have to be that way inclined.
Yeah. But isn't it funny how that really has not moved on?
Yeah. And what can we blame now?
Exactly. That's it. Exactly. Because the reality is far scarier.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But this time, most of the media agreed that they played little part in his oh my God, I can't say that word. Matricidal actions. Thanks, doll.
You're welcome.
As the Pall Mall Gazette noted, the truth is that in respect to the effect of reading in boys of the poorer class, the world has got into one of those queer, illogical stupidities that so easily beset it. In every other age and class, man is held responsible for his reading, and not reading responsible for man. The books a man or woman reads are less the making of character than the expression of it. Very well said.
Yeah. Again, you've already got to be that way inclined, so if you like that kind of... Well, I like that kind of shit, and I'm not going around killing people.
No.
Don't get me wrong, there's probably a few that I wouldn't cry about.
No. But so, exactly, so, but using that as like if it was an influence, it would influence everyone to do it, not
basically
one or
saying
two.
The devil made me do it.
Yeah.
Or words on a page made me do it.
Yeah, I read it. And
I don't think they fucking did, mate.
No, exactly. I am coming to the end of this long description from the culture section on BBC Online. Perhaps it wasn't what was being read so much as who was reading it that lay at the root of society's unease. Penny Dreadfuls may not have explicitly promoted bloodthirsty deeds, but their tattered pages did showcase a certain giddy disregard for authority. How else to explain the campaign against the Wild Boys? Yes, it contained violence, a smattering of nudity, and some flagellation.
By nudity, they meant someone showed their ankle.
Probably. And yes, its boy heroes were petty criminals, but those same boys who helped others dodge child stealers and rescued women drowning women even, they were not without a moral code. It just wasn't the same as Victorian societies.
The societal norms of the time, yeah.
Exactly. So Penny Dreadfuls were never intended to have much of a shelf life, and with few exceptions, The String of Pearls, which introduced the character of Sweeney Todd, is one.
I've got that book at home.
Have you? I need to get that book, actually. They've faded away like graffiti on a bathroom wall, but that's not to say that they haven't left their mark on broader culture, literary and otherwise. They informed the pace of true crime narratives and Pulp Fiction's cartoon-like zeal. In their blatant derivativeness, they foreshadowed fan fiction. And couldn't they also be seen as the first YA books?
Young adult.
Okay. YA, what does that sound for? In their sensationalised goriness, you could even say they prefigured teen horror movies. Yeah. Looked back on the 21st century, their scandalousness can seem quaint, but the idea that literature could be deemed so incendiary, now that still thrills.
Well, that's the thing. Back then it was probably horrifying, just like when the original Exorcist came out. That was horrifying. But you watch it now and you think, huh. Yeah. You know what I mean? Well, I do. But don't get me wrong, it's still a very good film.
Yeah.
And the book is fabulous as well. But...
Sorry, Molly. She keeps just... Sorry, darling, you're all right.
Go see Uncle Mark.
Sorry, she wanted to get down.
Things don't shock like they used to.
No, and also, we've become so desensitised from seeing so much, seeing too much. And also, it's like we were saying about paranormal stuff on social media. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a given now that it's been made with AI, so it just loses the edge.
Yes.
Because you know it can be made up, so therefore you presume it's going to be made up, because actually that's less scary to think of.
Yeah. Reality is so much scarier.
So much scarier. So the name Penny Dreadful has been used for a horror drama television series created for Showtime and Sky by
Eva
John
Green that's in
Logan.
it.
Yes. Who also acts as executive producer alongside Sam Mendes. Show was originally pitched to several US and UK channels and eventually landed with Showtime, and it is available on Amazon Prime.
I wouldn't mind watching that.
Yeah, I watched the first series and it's very, very good.
Okay.
But you do have to pay for it. So it's a bit annoying.
No, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's like another way to it. Yeah, so that's well, you already knew about them, but I just thought, well, if I don't know about Penny Dreadfuls, then perhaps other people don't know about Penny Dreadfuls, and I just thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah. I really want to start looking into perhaps collecting,
Yeah.
because that'd be fucking awesome.
And if anybody wants any present ideas for Ali,
Yeah, Penny Dreadfuls.
buy her Penny Dreadfuls.
And then, yeah, Mark's complaining that we don't have the space.
I mean, we can put some shelves up in the pod lab and you can keep them in there.
Yeah, that works, doesn't it?
Deal. Okay, there we go. That was that sorted straight away.
Perfect. You all heard
And everybody
it.
heard it, so we've got to keep to that now.
That's if I can't find space.
But yeah, we'll have to let you. We'll have to when. Well, it won't be the next spooky chat because we're recording a few today.
Yeah.
But next time when we've had a look, we'll have to let the viewers know and see if we've.
Because they're going to be
Found
that
any.
interested. But yes, we'll
They
tell you
might do.
anyway.
We will tell them anyway.
Yeah.
And it would be cool if we can find somewhere that sells them or sells them reproductions and
Yeah.
then share that.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
Was that your
My
stomach?
tummy's rumbling.
I did ask if you wanted
I had
food.
protein shake. I'm trying not to
Same.
munch because of the holes in my gums.
True.
I don't want to get shit stuck in there and get an infection.
Thing is, I got stuff for our dinner tonight collectively, and I really wasn't thinking straight because I got some tortillas, some like
Guacamole ones.
avocado. They're made out of
That's it.
avocado tortillas, and then something made out of something else, and dips. I was like, oh, Ali can't eat them.
So I'm just going to have to suck on the tortillas.
We can, yeah, but you can just suck on
I'm
them.
just going to suck on them.
Yeah, and I've got guacamole and salsa to go with them.
You love a bit of guac, don't you?
And I am making a vegan potato salad.
And your potato salad is phenomenal.
Thank you. And a pasta salad and a like leafy salad. And I've got rice. Oh, and we've got vegan quiche as well.
That.
Should be enough to go round. I've got a few sausage rolls, but there's not many of them
It's
either.
just all for Mark.
It's all for Mark.
And she bought full-size vegan magnums.
Oh,
for us.
yeah. We've got
The
almond
almond ones.
vegan magnums
Nuts,
for dessert.
which I can't fucking have.
I wonder if you can pick off the nuts,
Yeah.
give them to Goobs.
Yeah. No, I want the chocolate part. Anyway.
Again, it didn't occur to me, did it? Clearly.
It's all right. It'll be fine. And like I said, I'll just rinse.
Yeah, rinse.
That'll help.
I've got a few different kinds of salt you can rinse with, so
Salt connoisseur.
if you need to.
So, when you said about literature, I did look into sort of anything sort of true crime related to literature, and there was a murder in a library. Yes. So, Betsy Aarsma, Aarsma. She was a student at Penn State University. She was 22 at the time, sort of the week of Thanksgiving, I think. And just after 4:45 in the evening, she was found, on the 28th of November in 1969, she was found stabbed to death under a pile of books at the Patty Library.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so it's still unsolved.
No.
And it was one stab wound to her left breast, and there was barely any mess because she bled internally into her lung. But because they didn't initially think it was a murder at first for some reason, the scene wasn't preserved or anything, so it was all cleared up.
Oh no.
But rumour has it she may have been a victim of Bundy's because he was nearby in Temple State University at the time.
Oh, that would track.
Yeah, there was another guy that was under suspicion, Richard Hafner. I think they had dated for a little bit, and then she was like, I just want to be friends, that sort of thing. And he apparently sort of the evening of the murder, went to his university professor and was quite distraught, saying, "Have you read about it in the papers or anything like that?" And it hadn't actually been put out in the papers yet. So no one has actually been a proper suspect.
Right.
So as well as potentially being a victim of Bundy's, they say that her ghost haunts that area of the library, because it was known as the Stacks, and it was quite a secluded part of the library. A lot of people would go there and have like trysts, romantic trysts.
I love that word.
And so it was quite far back. People heard books falling, and one witness said they saw like a man running from the scene around that time. But yeah,
that's so interesting. And obviously, you've got the original Ghostbusters with and like one of the opening scenes is the old lady ghost in the library.
Yeah.
And when I first watched that before you were born, and your parents were around my parents' house when they were still together for Christmas. Nana was there, Grandad Wally was there.
They came to yours?
Yeah. And we were all sat in the lounge watching Ghostbusters, and they'd all fallen asleep and left me there awake to be horrified by myself. But yeah, it was on telly at the time, so it would have been slightly later on from when it was released. But that terrified me, because she looks like a nice old lady, and then she just screams, and it's just like, oh my God. And I think, where was it? I watched the original Ghostbusters like recently. I think it might have been on Netflix. It must have been either Netflix or Disney.
I enjoyed it.
It's absolutely amazing.
And I have to say, I really love the female Ghostbusters.
It's really good. I love all
Kate
people in
McKinnon.
it. Yeah.
Is fucking brilliant.
She is a genius. I really want to meet her.
Yeah.
She's the
feel like
funniest.
she'd be a friend. Like, I still haven't watched Barbie, but she's weird Barbie, and yeah, I'm all for all that.
Yeah, watch Barbie. It is good. I think it's worth watching.
Yeah.
'Cause it is quite odd, and she's brilliant in it. Because everyone either had one of those kind of Barbies that was all like mangled and cut their hair and drawn in their faces, or their friend had one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I feel like we'd be weird Barbie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Weird. We're both dressed in black.
I gave up putting on normal clothes today because I'm too fucking hot.
It is very hot. We can't cope with the heat in the UK. Too much rain, if it's too cold,
Too windy, too icy, too snowy,
any of the things.
too foggy.
And we literally get all the extremes of weather, and we can't cope with any one of them.
No. I think that's why I like spring and autumn. Mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, autumn's spooky season, so.
Spooky season starts in September. I've already started thinking about decorations.
And we are having a Halloween party.
We are!
Which I'm so fucking stoked about. Oh, yeah, because we've spoken about our costume before.
Yes.
So we're going to... Helen's adamant she's not going to get married, so this is like her kind of alternative to having a wedding.
This is my only chance.
Yeah.
This is all I've got.
So there's going to be like a save the date and then like a proper invite.
Yeah.
Which is so you. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to work. So I'm going as Lydia Dietz and you're going as Beetlejuice.
I am.
But your version of Beetlejuice, which I'm really excited about. And it's going to be my version of Lydia Dietz. But see, I can either go very OCD about it and get everything right, or I'll go as my version of her.
How is your version?
Not really sure, yeah. Because for some reason initially I was like, oh yeah, she wore a black wedding dress, but she didn't. She wore a red one.
Yeah.
So I'll see if I can find a red, and then I'll get a wig and do like the pointed
Oh god, yeah.
fringe. That'd be quite cool.
In the new one, doesn't Winona Ryder's fringe still look like that?
Yes.
So yeah. I love that.
So that'll be out in September. I can't wait for that.
That new horror film Longlegs that's out now, and everyone's like, well, all I've read is like, it's really fucking scary, blah blah blah. The two people I work with, they've seen it and they were like, yeah, it ain't scary.
I hadn't even heard of it.
Yeah.
What's it on? It's cinema.
Yeah.
Longlegs.
Longlegs.
Oh.
I'm not quite sure what it's about. I haven't looked too much into it.
Very, very tall person? Or do they have a very short torso and very long legs? And somehow that's scary.
I would find that scary.
Yeah.
You saw that coming towards you, it would like lean back, like you know those old school cartoon characters that really big fucking strides, but their body is like shorter, so it would lean back slightly. Oh, it's a spider crossed with a human. Oh, that's just my
I thought
guess.
that was a fact. I was like, what? Oh.
I wouldn't like that.
No.
A spider human. Spiders are bad enough.
Well, it's Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
He's not scary.
No, he's not. You're right. Oh. But, you know.
He is cool, though, yeah? He's not scary, he's cool. Depends which way the mutation goes. Absolutely. That's the thing. If there was another Spider-Man... to be fair, this is
there's
probably
Venom, isn't
already... this is already a story, isn't it?
Evil Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought we were coming up with an idea, but it's been done.
We are not original.
They don't have long legs, though. So that could be another type of...
is that like
Spidery
Spider-Man's
Man.
weird deformed cousin?
Spidery Man.
Spidery Man.
Man
Spider.
I like that. I'd go and watch that. Man Spider.
Not like that, no. I don't think so. It scares me the day they redo Arachnophobia.
I've heard about that.
Although, to be fair, I wouldn't watch it, so it's fine.
I don't know do we know who's producing that? It's not Blumhouse, is it? Because they are redoing it.
They're not, are they?
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant.
No.
Yeah, they
I
are
didn't know
doing.
they were.
I don't know if they're rebooting the first one or they're doing another version of it.
Oh, God,
I'll find out because I
fucking-
definitely saw that somewhere when I was researching.
Fucking giant spider in the corner with all its weird, horrible little babies.
Ugh.
Oh, no, thank you.
See,
And when you put your foot in... This is what scares me about you having your fucking shoes outside the door. Like, I don't know, as walking boots or something. What if you put your foot in there and there's a...
see, I tap shoes and I empty them out before I put them on, even if they're just out of my order. Oh, but then you got squash spider on your spit.
Spider on your foot.
Got that.
Then he'll wash
Wash
his
his
feet.
feet. Okay, he's
Yeah,
got an
but
answer to everything.
I don't know, just... ugh.
Once
No,
I
don't.
was so in the house that I used to live in with my dad called Trout's Oak, which was like a little old cottage.
what?
Trout's Oak.
Oh.
So because it had a stream round it, and it used to back
like
in the
a
day
moat.
have but it was really shallow. But back in the day, it was bigger and it had trout in it, and there's lots of oak trees.
Oh,
Trout.
okay.
And one time I got out of the shower or bath, put my hair towel on, didn't shake it, which I always do now, and there was a spider in there. So when I went to take it off to dry my hair, there was a spider in my hair. It was horrible. That's the end of the story, though. Were you waiting for more? No, you're just shocked. Oh, wow, I've shocked you into silence. Yeah.
So...
Have I traumatised you, dear?
I want to cry.
Really?
That would be horrific for me.
See, it would be worse for me if it was a moth.
Oh, you know, Mark's sister's scared of moths as well, and I will get those for her. Like, I just capture them and let them go, obviously. But the whole spider thing, do you remember we were laying in bed once and that fucker crawled over me and it was literally the size of my hand?
Oh my God.
It was the size of my hand.
Exaggerating,
I'm not
Goose?
exaggerating. Like, that thing would have been crunchy.
I believe you. Crunchy?
Like, because it was thick.
What do you mean crunchy?
I don't know, just it...
What, if you eat it?
No, just... My hands haven't grown since. I can imagine the spider would have been crunchy. And it just...
I don't know what that means.
It's just... Yeah.
It makes a crunchy sound when it
Kind
walks?
of. I don't know, just because it was thick, it would have been big boned. All right?
Oh.
A big bone spider. A big skin girl.
I don't like the spider's big bums.
Abdomens.
The bums.
It's an abdomen.
It's a big bum.
I think it's... Shut up. You're a vegan. You don't eat the spider bums.
That should be the title of this episode. Spider bums.
Don't eat spider bums.
Don't eat spider bums.
Yeah, honestly, it was huge, and you could proper hear. It was wearing fucking combat boots and had grills in its teeth.
Did it have fucking tattoos?
Yeah,
Shit the bed.
and carrying a knife.
Can you make a note of don't eat spider bums? Because I do think we should call the episode that, please, Goobs. Have you done it? Well done.
Heart with mum. What does that mean? Oh, heart with mum. Yeah,
like traditional
proper
tattoos.
trad tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other day, because unfortunately, I've let the room get a bit shit, meaning all my clothes are all over the floor. I did pick up a t-shirt and one like full on scuttled, but it wasn't a scuttle, it was a Usain Bolt sprint.
If that isn't reason enough to tidy,
I'm too fucking scared to go in there now, in the pile.
I will sort it out. Spiders don't bother me that much.
It's not a worse excuse ever. What if it's a false widow?
I'll sort it out for you.
You don't mind spiders, do you?
No, I mean, I don't want them on me.
No.
But I don't mind them, so I'll sort that out for you. I've already said I'm going to help you OCD your house, because I love that shit.
Yeah.
You just need to get some containers, because I like to put things in containers, and then I will go through the clothes and make sure there's no spiders.
I just can't organise. Like, I think I've done it, and then it's still chaotic in my head.
No, you need to, like, go full-on army.
I just need to get rid of a load of clothes.
Yeah?
Mark, I can see you out the corner of my eye. You don't need to give me that look.
Well, Mark yesterday gave me a key to the house to come and do it. He's like, please, come and sort it out.
But now that just makes us sound lazy, because why aren't you fucking doing it as well then, huh?
Well, no, but also, just to clear up things, I like doing it.
Yeah, you
I
do, to
really
be
like
fair.
organising and tidying. And if it's for someone else, like, I go into, like, army mode and just start.
I'm going to get shanked. I'm going to get shanked and enjoy sleeping on it. I'll go to Helen's. I've got 3 homes I can go to. So it's fine.
Show off.
Oh, I don't own them all. One's a box. I'll sleep in the shed. Oh no, there's spiders in there.
Yeah, no.
I was also Mark's shed. All right, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, you're good at doing that kind of thing. And we kind of want to minimalise, don't we?
And also, I think
Just tidy space, tidy mind.
but also an outsider can be more like brutal
Objective.
and just get rid of shit. Whereas if you're trying to do it yourself, it's like, oh, maybe I'll use this again. Da, da, da.
Yeah, Mark's quite good. It's me. That's the problem.
Okay, right.
I am a problem. I was born a fucking problem. Ask my mum.
You weren't. That's a very extreme reaction to this conversation.
It's true though.
I love how these spooky chats, like, I feel like they might have a vibe and then they just go off on a tangent.
We make one point,
And then
or we talk about one specific thing, and then it's a free-for-all.
it started off with Penny Dreadfuls. It sort of ended with don't eat spider bums. Shall we go on to random fact time? Do you have a random fact? Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, so my random fact is actually literary related,
So is mine.
although I'm looking at it from a pop culture TV point of view, but still. So I love Alice in Wonderland, and the first time I watched it was at your mum's house, so my auntie's house, and I sat on a Care beanbag that she'd bought me to watch it, and I remember it really, really well.
And that's where I got my love of Alice from.
Yep.
Was from you. Maybe that's where I used to love Care Bears. Grumpy Bear was always my favourite.
Yeah,
I was always drawn to Grumpy Bear. I can't imagine why.
Oh, we should get you a Grumpy Bear.
There is. So, you know, I'm using... Oh, sorry. I'd apologise to a cabinet.
Like, it doesn't seem weird.
You know, I'm using these nail wraps at the moment. There are some Grumpy Bear ones.
Amazing.
And other Care Bear ones as well.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I had loads of Care Bear stuff. I had Care Bear wallpaper, Care Bear curtains, Care Bear bedspread, the beanbag that your mum got me, Care Bear lampshade. I had the toys, and I collected there was like these plastic figurines you could get.
Oh.
And I remember collecting a load of them.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So my one, I think I've said before, I'm a massive, massive fan of Shakespeare. My favourite Shakespeare play is Macbeth.
Oh, interesting.
Because it's got everything. It's got the paranormal, it's got murder.
Yeah.
It's Scottish.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. And I'm actually reading a book at the moment called Lady Macbethad. So
I did see that.
yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Because at the moment I'm quite tired. I'm falling asleep after reading like a page. So I'm struggling to get through it. But it's not because it's not good. It's just I'm not able to stay awake when I'm reading. And yeah, I think also I mentioned as well, obviously I've got in progress a Shakespeare themed tattoo sleeve.
Yes.
So
Which is very, very cool.
yeah, minus the shit ice cream.
Are you going to keep that or are you going to go over that?
Oh, that'll go over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to read Goobs?
Well, he's got 2 ones. 2 ones? He's got 2 small ones.
2 ones.
Number 1, he is more of a fan of GoPros again after this episode.
Okay.
After the debacle of the last 2.
Just to update that, yeah.
And then, do you want to read a second one?
His second one is, I only read non-fiction books. I do not have the imagination to read fiction.
Oh.
I do have some news, by the way. I forced Alison Boyd to watch episode 1 of Stranger Things last night.
It happened. It finally happened.
Because you won't end up watching it. So I was like, I'm sick of it. I'm like, you got it.
You were invited, you just didn't turn up. You had band practice.
So the journey has begun.
The journey's begun. I am 1 episode into season 1, finally.
Because we've got season 5 coming out this year. They're still making it at the minute, still in production.
Yeah, the first episode was actually really good, but it made me hungry when Eleven was eating chips.
Yeah, and burgers.
And it was a bit late by that point, and we'd
been experimenting with rum.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. And gin. It
was experiments.
Yeah.
To
Even
see.
though I probably should have avoided alcohol because blood thinning after having my teeth ripped out.
And or disinfecting your mouth with it.
Oh, yes. So. I did swill, actually, because it felt like, I don't know, just how the flap is of gum.
Why does that word come up again? I fucking hate that word.
Like, it kind of makes it feel sometimes, because it's like a dip, it kind of makes it feel like there's something stuck there. So I was swilling gin around my mouth. It's like...
To be fair, that was probably something done in the old-timey days.
Well, yeah, like if someone had gangrene and you're going to lop off their leg, you alcohol in it.
And drink it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. Numbness. So I don't know why I immediately went to amputating a gangrenous leg.
Because, you know.
Who I am as a person.
Because it's you, doll. Yeah, thanks. Right, I'm going to... No, not Mudflap. Goobs, why would you say that?
To be fair, though, there was a lot of... Well, not a lot, but there was a few comments laughing about Mudflap.
I hate it.
The viewers don't.
No, apparently. It's not my name. That's not my name. Okay.
And call me Mudflap.
Fucking hell.
I love it when I make him laugh.
No, we're not calling the episode Mudflap. I'm putting my foot down.
That's not my name. Sorry, I've got that in my head now, and I will not hear it any other way other than they call me Mudflap.
Yeah. I fucked it again, haven't I? Right. Thank you, everyone who's listened. If you are still listening, please don't
call it
Mudflap. I fucking hate it. It's such a carry on. I'm not up for that. Goob, stop laughing. Ali, stop encouraging him. Obviously, you can find us on Instagram at Cuzzle Them Carb. I'm ignoring this situation. And if you've got spooky stories, at cuzzlemcarb@gmail.com. And like, subscribe, download, comment,
shouting now.
Share, all the things. Thank you to Mark
sort of
at Park Lane Studios for video, sound, and for constantly calling me fucking Mudflap. Thank you to Ali for being my soul sister. Stop laughing.
I'm crying.
I think I've covered everything, and I'm trying to hurry this on so that it doesn't get back into Mudflap situations.
Mudflap territory.
Mudflap territory. So until next time, stay spooky, bitches.